Today we're going to be looking at Mohamed Salah versus Son Heung-Min of who had the better stats and who deserves to win Player of the Year. Some say, or most say Salah because of his first half of the season, how good he was, and then the other half now saying Son because of how good he was in the second half of the season. But let's compare the stats, see who really deserves to win Player of the Year. Now if we're looking at the standard stats, they both played 35 matches each and they both scored 23 goals each, so they shared the golden boot. If we look at the assist, Salah wins. He's got 14 assists compared to Son's 7. And if you look at the penalties, Salah got 5, Son got 0. And a lot of you people were using this argument for in Son's favour because he takes no penalties. So technically Son should be the golden boot winner. But unfortunately penalties count as goals. You gotta have bottle to take penalties, and which Salah does. If we're looking at the XG, Salah has a much higher XG, 21.8 compared to 16.4. And remember, XG is very important. It's defined as any sort of action that leads to creating a chance with the team or by yourself. And then if we're looking at the shots, Salah is ahead on the shots, 134 shots compared to 86 by Son. On target is all pretty similar, 49 on target and 47 for Son. So Son clearly has a higher efficiency rate. He takes less shots and has more on target, where Salah has a lot of target. And then if we're looking at the big chances missed, it's equal, 17 each. So looking at the standard stats, I'm going to edge it to Salah because he has double the amount of assists. But Salah has a higher XG, meaning he's more of a threat in front of goal, and he has more assists. If we're looking at the passing, Son is slightly ahead on passing. So if you look at the completed passing, 933 passes for Son, 869 for Salah. If you look at the completion rate, Salah has a slightly higher completion rate of 77.7 and 76.3 for Son. Progressive passes, meaning how many passes do you make that are forward towards the goal. And Salah's slightly ahead, 3,620, and Son has only 3,532. But dead passes, meaning free kicks, set pieces, Son has a 212 compared to Salah's 10, because Son is like the designated corner kicker, free kick taker for Tottenham. So if you're looking at that stat, and Salah has double the amount of assists for Son. So a lot of Son's assists surely should have come from corners, free kicks, but Salah's still ahead. So passing is a very equal, but I'm going to give it to Son because he's completed more passes, but it's not really in it for anyone. Salah is right there. If we're looking at now the goal shot creation, so shot creation, how many moves, chances do you take where it leads to a shot by you or a player? 123 for Salah, 129 for Son. Pretty even again. Son's just ahead. Dribbles to shot, now this is Salah's forte. How many dribbles do you make that leads to a shot? 21 for Salah on only 4 for Son. And that's why Salah's known one of the best dribblers, one of the best players in the world, because of how he can dribble past you. Goal creation, so this counts for an assist to an assist that leads to a goal. That doesn't count assist. So 25 for Salah, so 21 for Son. So Salah's involved more in goals, which explains why he has a higher XG. And then dribble that leads to goals, 5 for Salah, 0 for Son. That's why Salah is one of the best players in the world, because how he can dribble past you and score goals. Think back against Man City, the iconic goal against Man City this season. The week later, he done the same iconic goal against Watford. The goal against Chelsea, where he left Alonso on his toes. So goal shot creation, I'm going to give that to Salah. It has to be Salah. He wins that. Now let's look at the possession. For touches, Salah 1583 and Son slightly ahead with 1578. Successful dribbles, Salah has 57, Son has 51. Not bad, not bad. Pretty cool. Son staying a thing with Salah. Attacking dribbles, 136 for Salah, 86 for Son. So meaning dribbles that go in an attack. And carries. Again, way more. Salah's way ahead on carries. 1231 for Salah, 1082 for Son. So Salah gets the ball more and takes it forward more. Distance carried, Now, even though Salah dribbles more and carries the ball more often, if you look at the distance carried, 66.34 for Son and only 53.74 for Salah. But I attribute this to Salah plays much higher up and Son plays much of a winger, so he will pick up the ball near his half and he has more of a space to run into, whereas Salah really gets the ball near the edge of the box, so there's less distance to cover. So I think that's why Son's ahead, but still a great stats. He shows a great dribbling. And as for progressive distance carried, as in how much dribbles you're carrying forward, making progression with the ball, Son's ahead. He's got 3,682. Salah's only got 3,288. So yeah, the distance carried, Son's ahead on that. But again, it's really even. I can't split the two. I'll give it to Salah because of the attacking dribbles. He's way ahead on that. Now let's look at how many goals they scored against the traditional top 6 clubs, the big clubs. So if you look at Salah, of the goals he scored against traditional top 6 or big games in the league, against Chelsea he scored 1 goal. Against Man City he scored 1 goal. It was also a man of the match performance. He also got an assist. Also, that goal was one of the all-time great goals. He's probably going to win goal of the season. Okay, then Salah scored 3 goals against Man United, a hat-trick against Man United, biggest rivals. He also got an assist and man of the match performance. He got 1 goal against Arsenal, also a man of the match performance. He got 1 goal against Chelsea again, and then he got 2 goals against Man United and also a man of the match performance. So it was 6 instances against big teams where he scored a goal. And if we go for Son, goals against the traditional top 6 clubs, he got 1 goal against Man City in the opening fixture. He got 1 goal against Arsenal the first time round when they lost to Arsenal. Then he got 1 goal against Liverpool, 1 goal against Liverpool again, and then almost recently a 1 goal against Arsenal. And none of them were man of the match performances. Neither did he get an assist in that, unlike Salah, where against the big teams he gets a goal and he gets the assist and he gets man of the match performances. So I count that as 5 instances where Son scored against traditional top 6 clubs, compared to Salah where he scored 6 times against the clubs, and he got multiple goals. He got hat-trick against United, then he got 2 against United again, and man of the match performances against big teams. So 4 times he was man of the match in these traditional top 6 club games. In conclusion, Son has had a historic season under Conte, and he's really stepped it up, and Son is one of the most lovable players in the league. He's a legend. But the stats have proven Salah has been better this season and he deserves to win Player of the Year.